Shalom, good morning.
Shalom, Boker Tov.
Boker Tov. We're going to continue with the final part of Parshah Mikeitz, and we should be able to finish today. It's about 2 more chapters. They're a little bit lengthy, but today is Erev Shabbat, Friday before Shabbat, and it's Hanukkah, so we are excited and ready to go. And all right, we've been reading about Yosef. Okay, we've been reading about how Yosef interpreted the dreams for Pharaoh, and then Pharaoh put him in charge. Yosef implements the plan to gather during the 7 years of plenty. He's going to gather the food, and now he has been selling it to the Egyptians and to all the other nations around who are also affected by the famine. So now we're going to read in chapter 42. Jacob and his family are affected as well. And we're getting a little bit of feedback. So their family is affected as well. All right, and we are going to continue reading. He's going to send his sons to look for grain. Okay, here we go. So we're going to read, we are in Beresheet chapter 42, and we're going to read verses 1 and 2. And let me share my screen. There we go. There we go. Okay, 1 and 2. And when Jacob saw that there was grain in Mizraim, Jacob said to his sons, "Why do you look at each other?" And he said, "See, I have heard that there is grain in Mizraim. Go down to that place and buy for us there, and let us live and not die." So he's telling them, why are you guys just looking at each other, kind of looking at what are we going to do? So just do something about it, take action, and go down to Egypt and buy the food for us. So let's see. So we have the question why, lama, in Hebrew. Lama, titra. Titra, why do you see? Why do you look at each other? Okay, and you're also going to hear a lot in this reading in the Hebrew. You're going to hear vayar, to see, yar, to see, and yomer, to say. So every time you hear that, you know that it means said. Okay, and also we have vayomer. So he said, "I have heard." Shama, similar to Shema. Okay, Shemati, like Shema, I have heard. And then he says for us to live. Chai, Hayai, for us to live. Yeah. Okay. And so let's go ahead and hear those 2 verses in the Hebrew, 1 and 2.
וירא יעקב כי יש שבר במצרים. ויאמר יעקב לבניו, למה תקראו? ויאמר, הנה שמעתי כי יש שבר במצרים. רדו שמה ושברו לנו משם, ונחיה ולא נמות.
Okay. And verses 3 through 4. And Joseph's 10 brothers went down to buy grain in Mizraim. But Jacob did not send Joseph's brother Benjamin with his brothers, for he said, "Lest some harm come to him." Okay, so let's see. I think it's just interesting in verse 3 that he refers to them as Joseph's brothers. So maybe there's a change in them, and now they are actually acting like his brothers. That would be nice. Okay, let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew, verses 3 and 4. And Mizraim is Egypt. Okay. You might hear that in the Hebrew.
And it means stretch, scarcity, misery, many things that have not a good connotation, right?
Like trial.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
וירדו אחי יוסף 10 לשבור בר ממצרים. ואת בנימין אחי יוסף לא שלח יעקב את אחיו, כי אמר פן יקראנו אסון.
Okay. And let's look at verse 5. And the sons of Israel went to buy grain among those who journeyed, for the scarcity of food was in the land of Canaan. So, and here he calls them the sons of Israel, not the sons of Yaakov. The sons Bnei Israel, the sons of Yaakov. I think it does that when they're fulfilling, when it's something prophetic. What they're now going down to Mitzrayim, how they would prophesy to Abraham, and they're also fulfilling the dream that Joseph had. So I think that's why it calls them Bnei Israel, the sons of Israel, and not the sons of Yaakov. Just an idea. Other ideas?
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay, so let's and then Be'eretz Canaan, the land of Canaan. Okay. So the famine is widespread, affecting many areas. Let's go ahead and hear the verse 5 in Hebrew.
ויבואו בני ישראל לשבור בתוך הבאים, כי היה הרעב בארץ כנען.
Okay. And then 6 and 7. And Yosef was the governor over the land. He was the one who sold to all the people of the land. And Yosef's brothers came and bowed down before him with their faces to the earth. And Yosef saw his brothers and recognized them, but he acted as a stranger to them and spoke to them harshly and said to them, "Where do you come from?" And they said, "From the land of Canaan to buy food." Okay, let's go. Let's go ahead and see here. So the word that they translated in my version as prince here is shalit. Shalit. It's not prince. Joseph Shalit. Joseph was the prince over or governor over the land.
Or a warrior.
Yeah, but there are different ways to use it, I guess. So prince, it was a potent governor. And then they prostrated. Yish tachavu.
Just like the dream with the sheaves of wheat.
Yeah.
They bow down to Joseph.
So it's shacha, the root. And then it says Yish tachahu lo apayim, with their faith. Apayim. With their faith, apayim, to the earth, arta, similar to edit, arta. So they prostrated with their faith to the earth. Yishtahahu lo apayim arta. Let's go ahead and hear verse, and then 7. Nakar, they recognized. So he recognized. I'm looking. Oh, here. Nakar, he recognized them. Okay. And then we have that they came to buy food, right? So from the land of Canaan, Eretz Canaan, Lish Bar Ochel, food. Ochel is food. So they came to buy food, right? Lish Bar, to buy.
Steal.
To buy. Ochel, food. So let's see if we can catch that in the Hebrew. So 6 and 7 in the Hebrew.
ויוסף הוא השליט על הארץ, הוא המשביר לכל עם הארץ. ויבואו אחי יוסף, וישתחוו לו אפיים ארצה. וירא יוסף את אחיו, ויכירם. ויתנכר עליהם, וידבר איתם קשות, ויאמר עליהם, מאין באתם? ויאמרו, מארץ כנען לשבור אוכל.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I know. And you're also going to hear a lot of his brother, which is ach, in different forms. Okay, and verses 8 through 9. So Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he had dreamed about them, and said to them, "You are spies. You have come to see the nakedness of the land." Okay, let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויכר יוסף את אחיו, והם לא הכירוהו. ויזכור יוסף את החלומות אשר חלם להם, ויאמר עליהם, מרגלים אתם, לראות את ערוות הארץ באתם. ויאמרו אליו, לא...
Okay, went a little too far. Sorry. All right, now with 8 through 9, so he's accusing them, and I guess getting ready to put them to a test, right? So 10 through 12, I'm going to read it all together, 10 through 12. And they said to him, "No, my master, we're not spies, right? But your servants have come to buy food. We are all one man's sons. We are trustworthy. Your servants are not spies." But he said to them, "No, but you have come to see the nakedness of the land." Okay. And let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. So Avdecha is a servant. We are your servant, Avdecha. And again, Ochel. How did he say Ochel? He said food. Oh, food, Ochel. Lishbar, Ochel, again. And then they're going to have Bo, Lishbar, Ochel. So your servants have come to buy food. Avdecha Bo, Lishbar, Ochel. Okay, and so we are Kulanu, B'nai, we are the sons of Ish Echad, of one man. B'nai Ish Echad, we are the sons of one man. I think that's good. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. So that's 10 through 12.
ויאמרו אליו, לא אדוני, ועבדיך באו לשבור אוכל. כולנו בני איש אחד אנחנו, כנים אנחנו, לא היו עבדיך מרגלים. ויאמר עליהם, לא כי ערוות הארץ באתם לראות.
Okay, we're going to hear verse 13. Verse 13, and they said, "Your servants are 12 brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan, and see, the youngest is with our father today, and one is no more." Am I trying to give more explanation, more details? Okay.
They're getting more trouble.
Okay, and let's go ahead and so Anachnu is we, and Avdecha is servant. So just so you guys, and then Eretz Kenan, so you guys are listening for those words, and then Avinu, our father. Okay, let's go ahead and hear that 13 in the Hebrew.
ויאמרו, 12 עבדיך אחים אנחנו, בני איש אחד בארץ כנען, והנה הקטון את אבינו היום, והאחד איננו.
Okay, Hakaton, the youngest or the smallest. I mean, like diminutive, so like the smallest one, the youngest one, is with our father. So.
From katan, from small, right?
Yeah. Hakat. So they see him as a little boy, a young lad. Okay, so let's go to 14 through 17. We're going to read that all together. 14 through 17. Because it goes all together, so I don't want to break it up. 14. And Joseph said to them, "It is as I spoke to you, saying you are spies. By this you shall be proven. By the life of Pharaoh, you do not leave this place unless your youngest brother comes here. Send one of you, and let him bring your brother while you are kept in prison. So let your words be proven, to see whether there is any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh you are spies." And he put them all together in prison for 3 days. So he's giving them, I guess, a little taste of what he went through,
A hard time.
and kind of checking and seeing if they have changed, if they have made teshuvah, repented. But let's go to verse 14 through 17 in the Hebrew, and then we have in 15. Let's look at this one. Okay. So, your brother, hakaton, hena. So bring your younger brother here, hakaton, hena. Okay, let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew. Starting on verse 14.
ויאמר עליהם יוסף, הוא אשר דיברתי עליכם לאמור מרגלים אתם, בזאת תיבחנו, חי פרעה אם תצאו מזה, כי אם בבוא אחיכם הקטון הנה. שלחו מכם אחד, ויקח את אחיכם, ואתם העצרו ויבחנו דבריכם, האמת איתכם, ואם לא, חי פרעה כי מרגלים אתם. ויאסוף אותם אל משמר 3 ימים.
Okay. Shloshet being 3, and Yamim days. Shloshet 3 days. Shloshet Yamim. So he was put them in the prison for 3 days. Okay, verses 18 through 20. Now Joseph said to them the 3rd day, "Do this and live, for I fear Elohim. If you are trustworthy, let one of your brothers be confined to your prison house, and you go, bring grain for the scarcity of food for your houses, and bring your youngest brother to me, and let your word be confirmed, and you do not die." And so they did. So after 3 days, he's like, "Okay, we're going to change the situation a little bit, because I'm not completely inconsiderate. So I'm going to just have one person stay, and the rest of you go." So I think it's kind of a way to see, will you guys, and so now you have the same situation with just one brother out. So will you guys defend this one brother even when you are free, right? So when you are free to go, are you going to come back for this one brother, or are you just going to let him stay here in prison?
You do the same you did to me, right?
Right? Are you going to do the same? Exactly. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear verses 18 through 20 in Hebrew.
ויאמר עליהם יוסף ביום השלישי, זאת עשו וחיו, את האלוהים אני ירא. אם כנים אתם, אחיכם אחד, יאסר בבית משמרכם, ואתם לכו הביאו שבר רעבון בתיכם. ואת אחיכם הקטון תביאו אליי, ויאמנו דבריכם ולא תמותו. ויעשו כן.
Okay, and they did that. So verses 21 through 22. And they said to each other, "Truly, we are guilty concerning our brother, for we saw the distress of his life when he pleaded with us, yet we did not listen. That is why this distress has come upon us. And Reuben answered them, saying, Did I not speak to you, saying, Do not sin against the boy? And you would not listen, and see his blood is now required of us. Okay, so immediately when they're in this problem, the very first thing they think of is Yosef. They're reminded of what they did to Yosef immediately. Let's go ahead and hear 21 and 22 in the Hebrew.
ויאמרו איש אל אחיו, אבל אשמים אנחנו על אחינו אשר ראינו צרת נפשו, והתחננו אלינו ולא שמענו, על כן באה אלינו הצרה הזאת. ויען ראובן אותם לאמור, הלא אמרתי עליכם לאמור, אל תחטאו בילד, ולא שמעתם, וגם דמו הנה נדרש.
Okay, and 23 through 24. So Reuben is telling them, I told you not to sin against him. And then in verse 23, and they did not know that Joseph understood them, for he spoke to them through an interpreter. And he turned himself away from them and wept, but came back to them and spoke to them. And he took Shimon from them and bound him before their eyes. 23 through 24. And then 24, Vayisov, so he turned. Here we go. Vayisov, so he turned. And then Beka. They had it weird. Yeah, it's Veyebaka. I think it's the way it's pronounced. For wept. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew, see how they pronounce it. Okay, and yeah.
והם לא ידעו כי שומע יוסף, כי המליץ בינותם. ויסוב מעליהם ויבק. וישוב עליהם וידבר עליהם. ויקח מאיתם את שמעון, ויאסור אותו לעיניהם.
Okay. Well, we heard Vayesk or wept. Okay. And we're going to continue with 25 through 26. And Joseph commanded, and they filled their sacks with grain, and also to put back every man's silver to his sack, and to give them food for the journey. And thus it was done for them. Okay, so he gives them plenty of supplies, gives them all the food. They didn't pay for any of it, and they even have food for the journey. So he's giving them very generously. Now, all right. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew, 25 through 26.
ויצב יוסף וימלאו את כליהם בר, ולהשיב כספיהם איש אל שקו, ולתת להם צידה לדרך. ויעש להם כן. וישאו את שברם על חמוריהם, וילכו משם.
Okay. And then 27 through 28. And as one of them opened his sack to give his donkey fodder at the lodging place, he saw his silver, for there it was in the mouth of his sack. And he said to his brothers, My silver has been returned, and there it is in my sack. And their hearts sank when they were afraid, saying to each other, What is this that Elohim has done to us? Okay. 27 through 28.
How important it is to realize that whatever happens to us, Abba allows that to happen, right? That's why they say Elohim has done this to us.
In the Hebrew, 27 through 28.
ויפתח האחד את שקו לתת מספול לחמורו במלון, וירא את כספו והנה הוא בפי אמתחתו, ויאמר אל אחיו, הושב כספי, וגם הנה ואמתחתי. ויצא ליבם, ויחרדו איש אל אחיו לאמור, מה זאת עשה אלוהים לנו?
Okay. And then yeah, that's interesting. Saco, like a saco, and similar in Spanish for a sack.
Saco, saco.
Interesting. Okay. Let's go ahead and 29 through 30. So they came to Jacob, their father, in the land of Canaan, and reported to him all that befell them, saying, the master of the land, spoke to us harshly and took us for spies of the land. But we said to him, we are trustworthy, we are not spies. Okay. Oh, I read a little beyond. Yeah. So let's go ahead and hear 29 through 30 in the Hebrew.
ויבואו אל יעקב אביהם ארצה כנען, ויגידו לו את כל הקורות אותם לאמור, דיבר האיש אדוני הארץ איתנו קשות, ויתן אותנו כמרגלים את הארץ.
Okay. Yes, took us for spies from the land. Okay. Continuing, 31 through 32. So they complained that they were taken for spies. But we said to him, we are trustworthy, we are not spies. We are 12 brothers, sons of our father. One is no more, and the youngest is today with our father in the land of Canaan. Let's go ahead and read that in the Hebrew.
ונאמר אליו, כנים אנחנו, לא היינו מרגלים. 12 אנחנו אחים בני אבינו, האחד איננו, והקטון היום את אבינו בארץ כנען.
And then 33 through 34. And the master of the land, said to us, by this I know that you are trustworthy. Leave one of your brothers here with me, and take food for the scarcity of food for your household, and go, and bring your youngest brother to me. Then I know that you are not spies, but that you are trustworthy. I give your brother to you, and you move about in the land. So they're retelling what happened to their father, everything that Joseph told them. Okay, and let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויאמר אלינו האיש אדוני הארץ, בזאת אדע כי כנים אתם, אחיכם האחד, הניחו איתי, ואת רעבון בתיכם קחו ולכו, והביאו את אחיכם הקטון אליי, ואדע כי לא מרגלים אתם, כי כנים אתם, את אחיכם אתן לכם, ואת הארץ תסחרו.
Okay. And now 35 through 36. And it came to be, as they emptied their sacks, that look, the bundle of each man's silver was in his sack. And when they and their father saw the bundle of silver, they were afraid. And Jacob, their father, said to them, you have bereaved me. Joseph is no more, and Shimon is no more, and you would take Benjamin? All this is against me. Okay. So he's saying he's not going to agree to let Benjamin go. I think he feels like his sons are a little bit accident prone, right? Joseph goes to them and he doesn't return. Shimon goes with them and he doesn't return. And he says, no, I'm not going to try this with Benjamin. So he tells them he refuses to let him go. So let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויהיהם מריקים שקיהם, והנה איש טרור כספו בשקו, ויראו את צרורות כספיהם המה באביהם, ויראו. ויאמר עליהם יעקב אביהם, אותי שיקלתם, יוסף איננו, ושמעון איננו, ואת בנימין תיקחו, עלי היו כולנה.
Okay. And then the final two verses, 37 through 38. So Reuben spoke to his father, saying, "Take the lives of my two sons if I do not bring him back to you. Put him in my hands, and I myself bring him back to you." But he said, "My son is not going down with you, for his brother is dead, and he is left alone. If any harm should come to him along the way in which you go, then you would bring down my gray hair with sorrow to the grave." So Reuben proposes, oh, give him to me, and if I don't bring him back, then you can kill my two children. And obviously Yaakov does not accept this proposal, and I think there's a comment that says that Yaakov probably thought, wow, my oldest son is a fool. He doesn't realize that his children are my children, basically. That hurting Reuben's children would not make him feel better at all. Quite the contrary. So he doesn't accept the way Reuben proposed this. And he doesn't want Benjamin to go still. We're going to go into chapter 43, but if there's any comments on chapter 42? Comments? No? Then we'll go to chapter 43. And let me just get the audio. So we're going to see the pressure is increasing a little more and more. Okay.
פרק מ"ג.
And Jacob is eventually going to have to let Benjamin go. Okay. All right. 43. And says, but the scarcity of food was severe in the land. And it came to be when they had eaten up the grain which they had brought from Mitzrayim, that their father said to them, "Go back, buy us a little food." Right? So now they need it, and Jacob says, "Okay, go ahead and go and bring us some food." Let's hear that in the Hebrew, verses 1 and 2.
והרעב כבד בארץ. ויהי כאשר כילו לאכול את השבר אשר הביאו ממצרים. ויאמר עליהם אביהם, שובו שברו לנו מעט אוכל.
Okay, go buy us okay, go buy us food. Oh. All right, and verse 3. But Jehudah spoke to him, saying, "The man vehemently warned us, saying, 'You do not see my face unless your brother is with you.'" Go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויאמר אליו יהודה לאמור, העד העיד בנו האיש לאמור, לא תראו פניי בלתי אחיכם איתכם.
And then 4 through 5. "If you let our brother go with us, we go down and buy food. But if you do not let him go, we do not go down. Because the man said to us, 'You do not see my face unless your brother is with you.'" In the Hebrew.
אם ישך משלח את אחינו איתנו, נרדה ונשברה לך אוכל, ואם אינך משלח, לא נרד. כי האיש אמר אלינו, לא תראו פניי, בלתי אחיכם איתכם.
And then 6 through 7. And Yisrael said, "Why do you do this evil to me, to inform the man that you still had another brother?" Why are you giving this information? It's bad enough that he was rude to you, and now you're giving him more information. about the family, right? And they said, the man kept asking us about our relative, saying, is your father still alive? Have you another brother? And we informed him according to this word. How could we know that he would say, bring your brother down? Joseph was making very specific questions, and he wanted to know, obviously, if his father was still well. Okay, 6 and 7 in the Hebrew.
ויאמר ישראל, למה הראותם לי להגיד לאיש העוד לכם אח? ויאמרו, שאול שאל האיש לנו ולמולדתנו לאמור, העוד אביכם חי, היש לכם אח? ונגד לו על פי הדברים האלה. הידוע נדע כי יאמר הורידו את אחיכם?
Okay. And then 8 through 10, 3 verses together. 8 through 10, and Yehudah said to Israel his father, send the boy with me, and let us arise and go and live and not die, both we and you and also our little ones. I myself shall stand guarantee for him. From my hand you are to require him. But when I bring him back to you and set him before you, then let me bear the blame forever. But if we had not delayed, truly by now we could have returned the second time. So Yehudah is telling him, like, we might have trouble if we go, but if we don't go, for sure we're going to starve, right? So we need to let us go so that we can live. Everybody, it's us and you and our children, so everybody can live. And then he offers that he will be surety, right? And that you'll require him of his hand, and that he'll take the blame if anything happens. He'll be the one responsible. So, like the sin would come on him. So he accepts Yehudah's proposal. It's different than Reuben's, right? It's more reasonable. So Jacob accepts it. So verse 11 through 12. Okay. Oh, I didn't see in the Hebrew, huh? Sorry. Okay. 8 through 10 in the Hebrew. Sorry about that.
ויאמר יהודה אל ישראל אביו, שלחה הנער איתי, ונקומה ונלך, ונחיה ולא נמות, גם אנחנו, גם אתה, גם תפנו. אנוכי אערבנו, מידי תרחשנו. אם לא הביא אותי אליך והצגתי לפניך, וחטאתי לך כל הימים. כי לולא התמהמהנו, כי עתה שבנו זה פעמיים.
And 11 through 12. And their father Israel said to them, if so, then do this. Take some of the best fruits of the land in your vessels and bring a present down for the man, a little balm and a little honey, spices and myrrh, nuts and almonds. And take double silver in your hand, and take back in your hand the silver that was returned in the mouth of your sacks. It could have been a mistake. Okay, let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויאמר עליהם ישראל אביהם, אם כן איפה זאת עשו. קחו מזמרת הארץ בכליכם, והורידו לאיש מנחה, מעט צורי ומעט דבש, נכות בלות, בוטנים ושקדים, וכסף משנה קחו בידכם, ואת הכסף המושב בפי אמתחותיכם תשיבו בידכם, אולי נשגהו.
Okay, and then 13 through 14. Okay, it could have been a mistake. And take your brother and arise, go back to the man, and El Shaddai give you compassion before the man, that he shall release your brother and Benjamin. And I, if I am bereaved, I am bereaved. that we see Jacob is very afraid, very worried about sending Benjamin, and sometimes we don't realize that a situation that we are fearful of is really not as bad as we think it is, or something good can come from it. You know, he's so afraid of
Losing his
sending them to Egypt, and in reality, like, that's when he's going to be reunited with Yosef, but he doesn't see that. He doesn't know that. Okay, so verse 13 through 14.
ואת אחיכם קחו, וקומו שובו אל האיש, ואל שדי ייתן לכם רחמים לפני האיש, ושילח לכם את אחיכם אחר, ואת בנימין, ואני כאשר שכלתי, שכלתי.
Okay. Shachalti. If I am bereaved, I am bereaved. Okay, and 15 through 16. And the men took that present and Binyamin, and they took double the amount of silver in their hand, and they rose and went down to Mizraim and stood before Yosef. And Yosef saw Binyamin with them, and he said to the one over his house, "Bring the men home, and make a great slaughter, and prepare, for these men are to eat with me at noon." Imagine how surprised they are, and compared to their first visit, when they're put in prison for 3 days, and now they get to eat with him a great feast in his house. So, very interesting. Okay, 15 through 16.
ויקחו האנשים את המנחה הזאת, ומשנה כסף לקחו בידם ואת בנימין, ויקומו וירדו מצרים ויעמדו לפני יוסף. וירא יוסף איתם את בנימין, ויאמר לאשר על ביתו, הבא את האנשים הביתה, וטבוח טבח והחן, כי איתי יאכלו האנשים בצהריים.
Okay, and then 17 through 18. And the man did as Joseph said, and the man brought the men into Joseph's house. And the men were afraid because they were brought into Joseph's house. And they said, "It is because of the silver which was put back in our sacks the first time that we are brought in, to throw himself upon us and fall upon us, to take us as slaves, our donkeys too." Okay, 17 through 18 in the Hebrew.
ויעש האיש כאשר אמר יוסף, ויבא האיש את האנשים בית יוסף. ויראו האנשים כי הובאו בית יוסף, ויאמרו על דבר הכסף השב באמתחותינו בתחילה, אנחנו מובאים להתגולל עלינו ולהתנפל עלינו, ולקחת אותנו לעבדים ואת חמורנו.
And then 19 through 21, the 3 verses together. So they came near to the man over the house of Yosef and spoke to him at the door of the house and said, "Oh, my master, we indeed came down the first time to buy food. But it came to be when we came to the lodging place that we opened our sacks, and each man's silver with silver in the mouth of our sack, our silver in its weight, and we have brought it back in our hands." So they're worried, if this is what the problem is about, let's take care of it. So they're going to the man over Joseph's house and letting him know what happened. Let's hear 19 through 21 in the Hebrew.
ויגשו אל האיש אשר על בית יוסף, וידברו אליו בפתח הבית, ויאמרו, בי אדוני, ירדנו בתחילה לשבור אוכל, ויהי כי באנו אל המלון, ונפתחה את אמתחותינו, והנה כסף איש בפי אמתחתו, כספנו במשקלו, ונשב אותו בידינו.
Okay. And then 22 through 23. And we have brought down other silver in our hands to buy food. We do not know who put our silver in our sack. But he said, Peace be with you. Do not be afraid. Your Elohim and the Elohim of your father has given you treasure in your sack. Your silver has come to me. And he brought Shimon out to them. Okay, 22 through 23 in the Hebrew.
בחפץ אחר הורדנו בידינו לשבור אוכל. לא ידענו מי שם כספנו באמתחותינו. ויאמר, שלום לכם, אל תיראו. אלוהיכם ואלוהי אביכם נתן לכם מטמון באמתחותיכם. כספכם בא אליי. ויוצא עליהם את שמעון.
Okay. And 24 through 25. And the man brought the men into Jotham's house and gave them water, and they washed their feet, and he gave their donkeys fodder. And they made the present ready for Jotham's coming at noon, for they heard that they were to eat there. Okay, let's go ahead and hear 24 through 25 in the Hebrew.
ויבא האיש את האנשים מבית יוסף, ויתן מים וירחצו רגליהם, ויתן מספוא לחמוריהם. ויכינו את המנחה עד בוא יוסף בצהריים, כי שמעו כי שם יאכלו לחם.
המנחה, the present,
You mean how the present? Yeah. Okay, and 26 through 27. And when Joseph came home, they brought him the present which was in their hand into the house and bowed down before him to the earth. And he asked them about their welfare and said, Is your father well? The old man of whom you spoke, is he still alive? Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויבוא יוסף הביתה, ויביאו לו את המנחה אשר בידם הביתה, וישתחוו לו ארצה. וישאל להם לשלום, ויאמר, השלום, אביכם הזקן אשר אמרתם, העודנו חי?
Hi, is he alive?
Shalom.
And 28 through 29. And they said, Your servant, our father, is in good health. He is still alive. And they bowed their heads down and did obey him. And he lifted his eyes and saw his brother Benjamin, his mother's son, and said, Is this your younger brother of whom you spoke to me? And he said, Elohim show favor to you, my son. Let's go ahead and hear that in the Hebrew.
ויאמרו, שלום לעבדך לאבינו, עודנו חי. ויקדו וישתחוו. וישא עיניו, וירא את בנימין אחיו בן אמו, ויאמר, אז זה אחיכם הקטון אשר אמרתם אליי? ויאמר, אלוהים יוחנך בני.
Okay, and 30 through 31. And Yosef hurried, for his emotions were deeply moved toward his brothers. And he looked for a place to weep and went into his room and wept there. Then he washed his face and came out and controlled himself and said, Serve the food. 30 through 31. So, there you go.
וימהר יוסף כי נחמרו רחמיו אל אחיו, ויבקש לבכות. ויבוא החדרה, ויבך שמה. וירחץ פניו ויצא, ויתאפק, ויאמר, שימו לחם.
All right, and 32 through 33, we're almost done. And they set him a place by himself, and them by themselves, and the Mitzrites who ate with him by themselves, for the Mitzrites could not eat food with the Hebrews, for that is an abomination to the Mitzrites. And they sat before him, the firstborn according to his birthright, and the youngest according to his youth. And the men looked at each other in astonishment. And he took portions to them from before him, but Benjamin's portion was 5 times as much as any of theirs, and they feasted and they drank with him. I read all the way to 34. Sorry, okay. Let's hear that in the Hebrew.
וישימו לו לבדו ולהם לבדם, ולמצרים האוכלים איתו לבדם, כי לא יוכלון המצרים לאכול את העברים לחם, כי תועבה היא למצרים. וישבו לפניו הבכור כבכורתו, והצעיר כצעירתו. ויתמהו האנשים איש אל רעהו. וישא מסעות מאת פניו עליהם, ותרב מסעת בנימין ממסעות כולם 5 ידות. וישתו וישכרו עמו.
Okay. So they don't understand why or how Joseph knows who is the firstborn to the youngest. He puts them in, arranges them in order, and he gives to Benjamin 5 times as much as theirs. So again, I think this is another type of test for them to see. So when Jacob showed favoritism to Joseph, they reacted very badly, right? By trying to hurt him, they reacted with jealousy. So now he's showing Benjamin favoritism to see how they're going to react, maybe to test them, to see if they're going to continue being jealous. Right? So he gives them a double portion, but they do not act jealousy. They drink, and they were merry with him. They were happy, and they were drinking. I think part of that is also that they were trying to show that they were not spies, that they were innocent, that they were not worried about being unguarded. Right? If they were not good people on a mission, they'd have to remain guarded, but they were showing that they were not being dishonest. So they were not worried about being unguarded, so they're drinking, and they are not jealous about Benjamin's favoritism. So we're going to continue on Monday with chapter 44, and which I think it gets to the part of where he actually revealed himself to them. It's very, very interesting. And I was just kind of thinking back, and I was thinking, wow, if Joseph wasn't the type of person that was like a generous person, and if you were the type of person that were just like focused on his problems, kind of self-centered, he never would have noticed the cupbearer and the baker looking downcast, looking sad, and he wouldn't have asked them about their dream, right? If he hadn't interpreted their dream, then the cupbearer wouldn't have told Pharaoh, hey, there is a man in the person who can interpret your dream. And then he wouldn't have been governor. You know? But there's so many things that came just from him being kind. Yeah, and just he was doing his best. He was being kind, and he wasn't focused on his own problems, right? And in his own world. So that's kind of what I was thinking about that. And we were also talking about Joseph being a prototype of the Mashiach, right? And I was thinking about the dream that he has. So in the dream, they are gathering sheaves, right? And so that represents gathering in the exiles, right? Gathering the exiles. So Joseph's sheaf is exalted, which represents Mashiach. So his sheaf is exalted, and the other sheaves bow down to it. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any other comment.
No, it's a happy reunion, right? It's beautiful to see that all the brothers are together and how they are happy and merry and drinking together. And this is a very beautiful sight in the eyes of Joseph.
Okay, so we'll continue with chapter 44 on Monday. Let's go ahead and say the blessing to close. We forgot to say it at the beginning. That's okay.
Baruch atah Yahweh Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'kayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Yahweh noten haTorah. Amen.
Well, we hope you have a wonderful Shabbat Shalom and happy
Shabbat
Hanukkah.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom,
Happy
happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. Be a light to this world and the salt of the earth. Shalom.
Shalom.